Welcome back. Well, European preseason tours are in full swing, and Eintracht Frankfurt have been on the East Coast. They were training in New York City yesterday, and right now we're absolutely thrilled to welcome in defender Timothy Chandler, who's joining us from his NYC hotel room just down the road. Good morning, Timothy. How are you?
Good. Thank you. And you?
We're fantastic. It's great to see you. Tell us about your time in the U.S. You've been in Louisville, and now you're in New York. How's it been being in the States?
It's been great in the States always when we had this preseasons here, because I think there's also every time a lot of time to grow together as a team, because you have a lot of coffees, a lot of restaurants where you can go. So it's always really nice. And our last days here in New York was perfect for the end of the training camp, because we had just one training, and the end we can enjoy a little bit in the city.
What's your favorite part about New York? And when you kind of go out into the city with your teammates, I imagine for some of them, it's probably their first time in New York. What's the team's reaction?
Wow. Like where everybody's going is, of course, to Times Square and just go around. Yesterday we had a sightseeing on the bus for 2 hours. Was a little bit hot, but was also great to see. And this makes the guys so happy. And we just went out for coffees, restaurants and all these stuff.
I know my time that I've spent in Frankfurt, somebody told me that is the best skyline in Europe. It's the biggest skyline in Europe. A little different in New York. No, I think it's a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
What I was going to ask you is, obviously, a lot of Americans will recognize you from your time with the men's national team. You played incredibly well. You're with Frankfurt. You've been with Frankfurt for a long time. At this point of your career, what are you looking forward to most? Because it feels like you've done so much.
The most, I just really look forward to, we have a lot of young players, and to show them that Frankfurt is not just a station for them to play for 1 or 2 years, that they can be here, can be a big part of this club like me for the last couple of years. And I think I want to help in the futures for the young players, and make my last 1-2 years for Frankfurt, and then we will see what's happened.
Timothy, Alexis mentions your time with the U.S. men's national team. What are your memories of playing for the U.S.? When you try and sum up your career with the national team, how do you look at it?
Yeah, always great. It was great opportunities, and this time when Bob Bradley called me in for the first time, and really was such great. I never thought like this national team. It was so much fun, because I have always long traveled from Germany, but was always great guys, great players, great coaches, and and that's why I had really great time and always good memories.
How was the experience of being a dual national? It feels like it always happened, right? There were always dual nationals, but with the Europeans, it started a big trend, and now it feels like a club team, because everybody has a bunch of different backgrounds, but there's this Americanness at the center of it all. How was your experience?
But I think this is the biggest thing in America, because when you go to your first game and then you hear the national anthem and then you straight want to sing it, and I think this is this powerful, where you feel, oh wow, this is so great to play for this country, and I think this is always the biggest thing was this for me.
Talk to me about switching over to your club, Frankfurt. Obviously, they've been getting a lot of attention. They've gotten into Europe. What are some of the goals that the coaches have set out for Frankfurt this season?
Yeah, goal is very difficult, because we had really a young team this season, but we want to reach something. We have our cup, we have the Europa League, and in the league. So we have the quality in the team, but we have to look how far we can go everywhere, because 3 competitions with a young team would be not so easy, but we train hard this preseason, so we really look forward to keep going and maybe to win again something this year.
Timmy, how has your role changed at the club? Last season you didn't get that many minutes, but it seems like you understand what is asked of you when you do go on the field, and maybe the importance that you have in the locker room as an experienced player.
I think, yes, I know my role. I think it's always important for a player to know his role, so I can fit it for 100%. So I don't make so many games, but the coach knows when he needs me, I'm there, and I can play a lot of positions. And the rest of it, I try to give my best for the new players in the locker room. Also, when we will lose 2 or 3 games, it's always so important to keep up the motivation and the energy. And I think it's very important for me because I love this club. I'm so many years in this club, and I still want that everything keeps going.
Timothy, talk about preseason here, right? Looks like two more friendly games before you play in the Pokal here. How has it been so far?
It's been really good. We train really, really hard, and now we go in the last games against FSV Frankfurt. But I think the biggest opponent will be Saturday night Valencia, and I think then we will see in which stage we are, and this would be a very important game. And then already the cup starts, so it's not a long time, but I think we are good. We train very hard, and yes, and we will see.
Timothy, I mean, you were born in Frankfurt am Main, right? You played in the youth system, and now you've been, how long? What is it?
Frankfurt am Main. Yes.
10 years at this point with the club in this second stint. You must be a local legend. What's that like, just living in Frankfurt?
Yeah, this is really great because I have really good relationships with the fans, with most of the people in the city, because I'm a really open and easy guy. So I will talk to the fans when we play really shit, but I also talk to the fans when we win or all this. So it's really great to live there. Really, all the fans always go positive to me, because not many players are this long times in one club, and that's why I'm very happy to still be here, still can play, and can help to achieve more for Frankfurt.
Yeah, I feel like you must be beloved because you also have like a really good personality. In fact, I remember I read an interview with you where you mentioned something that I think a lot of the fans, especially men's national team fans, notice about you. You got a birthday cake back there, buddy. You got a big backside. Talk to me about, is that something you bring up? Is that something fans have brought up to you, that your behind is a little bit big? I thought you were Timmy Chandler Kardashian.
Timmy Chandler, Kardashian, J-Lo, I got a lot of names. This is always a big problem because of my... That's why, but I don't bring this up. This is from the fans, they brought it up, but it's okay for me, it's funny.
It's where you keep your superpowers.
Yeah, J-Lo, that's hilarious.
It helps him overlap. It helps him get the verticality on the wing.
That's true.
You're just telling the young players, more squats, more squats.
He doesn't miss leg day. That's right.
Leg day.
Timothy, you signed a one-year deal with Frankfurt, and you said, you've got maybe 1 or 2 seasons left in you. Hopefully, have you started to think at all maybe what a post-playing career looks like for you?
No, not at the moment. I always speak with the club, and I say it like always in the beginning of the next year, like January, February, we sit us together and look what's happened. If I still play, if I still want to play, because I say when I feel 100% fit, like now, I still want to play football, and so that's always when we keep on looking. But at the end, after my career, I know I want to do a job in Frankfurt. I have also already a signing contract for my after career. So we will see what's happening in the club and what I will do next year.
Amazing. Well, Timothy, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time in the States, and best of luck this season.
Thank you, you too. It's a great group, I would say, really.
Aw,
thank you.
appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tim.